Chapter 13. The Unseen Watcher. The silence was deafening. Emma stood alone amidst the ruins of Hollow's End, feeling the weight of her actions pressing on her chest. Though the Hollow had been sealed, the village was no more. Everything she had fought for, everything she had endured, was gone. But Emma knew she hadn't truly escaped. The hunger that had once thrummed beneath her skin still lingered, faint but persistent. Her hands trembled as she brushed them over the earth beneath her, feeling the faint pulse of something dark, something waiting. Her instincts screamed at her to leave, to run as far from Hollow's End as possible, but her feet remained rooted. A strange compulsion held her there, urging her to return to the chapel, to face whatever was left. The door creaked open on its own, as if inviting her back. Emma hesitated but then stepped forward, her heartbeat quickening. The walls seemed to breathe, the air thick with the same unsettling energy she had felt when she first entered. Inside, the altar was untouched, still bathed in the eerie glow of forgotten rituals. Yet something had changed. The shadows, once stifling and oppressive, now felt alive, watching her, waiting for her next move. "Emma," a voice whispered from the corner of the room, its tone soft but unmistakable. It was the figure, the one that had beckoned her before. She turned slowly, eyes scanning the shadows. The figure stepped forward, its form less corporeal than before, more a presence than a being. "You think you've won, don't you?" the figure asked, its voice seeping into her mind. "You think you've sealed the Hollow, but the Hollow has always been a part of you. And now, you are part of it." Emma's breath caught in her throat. She had known that something was off, but hearing the truth from its own mouth made her blood run cold. "What do you mean?" she whispered, stepping backward. The figure's smile spread wider, its form twisting as it approached her. "You're no longer the girl you were. The Hollow is inside you. You sealed it in the earth, but you can never escape what you've unleashed." The shadows around Emma thickened, and she stumbled as the ground beneath her began to tremble again. This time, she wasn't sure if it was the Hollow fighting to escape or something else, something more ancient and more terrifying. "It was never just the Hollow that you fought," the figure continued, its voice filling the room. "It was the hunger that binds the world together. The Hollow feeds on souls, on the very essence of life itself. And you, Emma, have taken its place." A cold, sickening realization hit her. She had become the vessel. She was the Hollow's new avatar, its new ruler, its conduit to the mortal world. The power that had surged through her was not something she could control, it had become part of her. "No," Emma cried out, shaking her head. "This isn't real. I ended it. I stopped it." The figure chuckled, and the sound was like nails dragging across stone. "You didn't stop anything. You merely delayed it. You cannot defeat what is eternal. The Hollow is a part of the world, and as long as you live, so will it. You are bound together." The chapel shook violently, and Emma could feel the shadows closing in on her once again. The darkness, the Hollow, was not simply a curse to be sealed away, it was an entity, a force that existed in every corner of existence. And it had claimed her. The whispers began, soft at first, but then growing louder. She could hear them in the wind, in the walls, in the very earth beneath her feet. It was as if the Hollow itself was speaking to her, urging her to embrace her new purpose. To feed, to grow stronger. But Emma was still herself. She wasn't ready to give in. "I won't be your puppet," she spat, gritting her teeth. "I won't be your servant." The figure's face darkened, its eyes glowing with malevolent delight. "You don't get a choice. You were chosen, Emma. The Hollow doesn't ask. It takes. Emma reached out with her senses, trying to grasp the power swirling around her. It was there, inside her, but it felt wrong. Dark. She could feel it trying to take control, to consume her, to feed off her essence. But Emma wasn't powerless. She had fought before she could fight again. She just had to find a way to break free. Suddenly, a new presence filled the room, a warmth, a light. Emma's vision cleared, and she saw her grandmother's face before her, a calm and serene expression. The woman who had once told Emma the stories about the hollow, about the curse. "You are stronger than it knows," her grandmother's voice echoed in her mind. "The hollow cannot break you unless you let it. Remember the seal. Remember the bloodline." The words struck Emma like a lightning bolt. Her bloodline. Her family had been the ones to imprison the hollow, to keep it contained. They had sealed it once before, and she could do it again. She wasn't the hollow's servant, she was its enemy. With newfound resolve, Emma raised her hand. The power inside her flared to life, but this time, she controlled it. She reached deep into the earth, pulling on the ancient forces that had once sealed the hollow away. The figure screeched in agony as the ground cracked, the altar splitting open. The hollow's presence fought back with all its might, but Emma held firm. She was no longer a vessel, she was the key to its destruction. "You cannot stop me!" The figure bellowed, its voice now a cacophony of rage and despair. Emma didn't answer. She only focused on the seal, forcing it back into the depths where it belonged. She felt the power, the hunger, trying to claw its way back into her, but this time, Emma fought with every fiber of her being. With a final scream, the figure vanished, its presence swallowed by the earth. The shadows receded, the chapel returned to stillness, and the air grew lighter. It was over.